the eye is a lemur that's trying everything in its power to convince people that it's not a lemur. Hi, I'm Danielle and you're watching Animalogic. Found only in Madagascar, the eye, or Dubeau Madagascariensis, is a type of lemur that takes the cake for weirdest looking primate in the world. It's simultaneously revolting and adorable. I love it! How they got their name is somewhat of a mystery. Nobody really knows where it came from, and some say that it's the local word for I don't know. Which kind of makes sense. Naming the other lemurs must have been pretty easy. Oh, that one has rings on its tail, it's a ringtail. That one's red, it's a red ruff lemur. But then the eye was found and they had to be just like bad ears, long fingers, I don't know. Like all other lemurs and their cousins, the bush babies and potos, eyes have wet noses, like dogs. Unlike our side of the family, including monkeys, apes, and tarsiers, who have dry noses. Lack of obvious cuteness isn't the only way eyes differ from most other lemurs. They're nocturnal, which is incredibly rare amongst primates, as we're highly vision-oriented. Eyes, while not having bad vision, are much more touch, sound, and scent-oriented than most other primates. Examinations of their brains have found that their olfactory lobe, so their sense of smell, is larger than other lemurs, and their visual structures are smaller. If you hadn't noticed, eyes have two super exaggerated features, their ears and their fingers, and the two go hand in hand. Eyes are arboreal, and to find food, they go around tapping their fingers on trees and listening to the acoustics to find hollow areas where grubs might be living. When they find one, they use their incisors, which are slanted forward, to make a small hole in the tree. They then use their super long and skinny finger to reach in and pull the grub out. This hunting strategy is called percussive foraging, and they spend about 40% of their time doing it. They primarily use two long fingers when foraging. Their third finger is extremely thin and has almost no muscle. They use this finger for tapping on the trees. It has a ball and socket type joint which allows for a wide range of motion. By tapping on the tree, they're able to use those big ears and fine-tuned senses to find which trees have grubs in them. Their fourth finger is also very long, but it's more muscular, and it's the one that they use to pull grubs and other treats out of the trees. Both of these fingers, which are about half the length of their body, have vast ranges of motion, which is rather unique among lemurs, most of which lack the neuromuscular control required to move their fingers independently of one another. Eyes eat insect larvae, fruits, fungi seeds, but their favorite meal is the rami nut. Another thing that sets them apart from the rest of us primates is the fact that they have claws instead of nails. They are especially useful for snagging pesky grubs that don't want to be pulled out of their hiding places. Not only that, but again, unlike every other primate, eyes' teeth never stop growing, like rodents. Eyes are fairly small, measuring up to 1 meter long, including their tail, which makes up half of their body length. They are generally solitary, marking their territory with scent, but they're not particularly put off by other eyes checking out their turf, unless mating is involved. In which case, males will fight for the right to mate with a female, who are the dominant sex in eye society. Mating takes around an hour, during which the male is stuck and unable to leave. Females can have a single baby every 2 to 3 years. Eyes are endangered and are the last living members of their family. Their only sister species, the giant eye, which were about twice as big as a regular eye, went extinct around 1,000 years ago due to human activity. Their numbers have decreased by 50% in the last 30 years, and their populations are predicted to decrease by another 50% in the next 10 to 20 years. As Madagascar is further developed, the trees that provide them with food and shelter are being torn down, and they're often hunted by locals. This is in part due to a superstition that eyes are a bad omen and are bad for crops. Some believe that you can die from just looking at one, and that you can get bad luck just by saying its name. Due to this, eyes have been killed on sight by some super superstitious people. This is a really difficult problem to solve, but if you happen to know anyone who actually thinks that eyes are a bad omen, please tell them all of the amazing things that you just learned about them, and hopefully we can make a change. What animals should I check out next? Please let me know in the comments, and be sure to subscribe for new episodes of Animalogic every other week. If you'd like to get episodes early and some behind-the-scenes content, I'd be very appreciative if you'd support Animalogic on Patreon. Thanks for watching! Aye aye. Aye aye. Aye aye. Ah, damn, nothing.